This is Korea against Peru for match number 18 of our Women's World Olympic Qualification Tournament from the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium. This is a wonderful hotbed for volleyball, and these two squads will be living it up right here in Tokyo. Both the countries that are represented here are absolutely passionate about the sport. You have Korea, who's ranked number 9 in the world, fighting from the AVC side, one of the leading squads in the 70s. As you can take a look at our team standings, Korea with 3-1 games and a loss that they suffered. They've accumulated 9 points and they stand at number 2 behind Italy, who's got 12 points so far. The Netherlands, Japan, Thailand has actually moved up because they did just come from a win earlier against Kazakhstan. As we take a look at the players from Peru, they will be paced by Uribe, Rueda, Machado, Palacios, Munoz, Eguavil, Frias, and all these wonderful players from Peru that make up this team that's ranked 23rd in the world, coming from the CSV Confederation. From the side of Peru, they need to avoid a defeat in straight sets so that they still have a shot at qualifying for the Olympics. For Coach Mauro Marasiulo, he knows it's absolutely imperative that they improve from that 2-win, 2-loss record, and they've only won 6 sets but lost 7. Talking about Korea now, Korea could qualify for the Olympic Games if they win 3 straight sets against Peru. That's right, they need to win 3 straight sets against Peru, who they have met already before. This is the second meeting between these two teams at a World Olympic Qualifying Tournament. The last time they met at the 2012 WOQT, Korea won it in straight sets. Will they be able to do it against Peru in this 2016 edition of the Olympic Qualifying Tournament? Korea and Peru have also met 3 times at the Olympic Games. Korea won 3-1 in the 2000 edition, while Peru grabbed wins in the 1984 edition and 1968, where they won 3-2 and 3-0 respectively. But since the 2000 Olympic Games, Korea has won all 3 matches against Peru at world-level tournaments. That's in the World Cup and the World Championship and the 2015 edition of the World Cup as well, apart from the 2007. Leyva is definitely one woman to watch out for. She's number 3 in scoring. She scored 75 spikes, 5 blocks, and a serve totaling 81 points. And she'll be up head-to-head against Kim Yeon-kung of Korea, who's number 2 among scorers behind Sloches of the Netherlands. She's got 75 spikes registered. Before they go into action, let's first honor these 2 proud volleyball-loving countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Peru.
So much pressure on Peru, who need to avoid a defeat in straight sets in order to keep a shot at qualifying for the 2016 Rio Olympic Games. Now for Korea. The second-ranked Korean team who stands behind Italy, and our team standings are at the verge of qualifying for Rio. This is a tournament where we award the top 3 teams tickets to Rio, plus we also give the top Asian squad. And as we've mentioned, they are in a must-win situation, but not only a victory, they need a straight set victory to have them qualify for the Olympics against Peru. It would be their 11th Olympic participation if it happens. But first, let's meet our good officials for this FIVB World Olympic Qualification Tournament.
From the United States of America. The second referee is Mr. Luis Macias from Mexico.
Ms. Rolf, our referee from the USA, will be the first referee, and our referee from Mexico, Mr. Macias, will be taking charge of this game to ensure that all will go well. They do play a very important part, and we honor them equally also for the role that they will play in this hotly contested match between 2 squads who have met numerous times in the past. First, let's get to know the starters from Peru. As you know, they will have Leva, definitely. You have Rueda right there that will be starting along with Uribe, their team captain, one of the better and the best actually setters. Munoz will also be there. She's number 3 ranked in this tournament. Frias will also be starting, the number 23 in terms of scoring. They will, of course, as I mentioned, have Leva there, and Palacios. Palacios is the best digger in this tournament so far, and Coach Mario Marasiulo will definitely be needing for Palacios to work hard because they've got a tough order ahead of them going up against Korea. As you can see, their starters are already being called out. They have Lee as their setter right there, and then they will also be fielding number 4, Hee Jin Kim. They also have, of course, their team captain here, the best player and the MVP of the 2012 Olympics, Kim Yeon-kung, starting. Park will also be starting for the squad of Coach Lee Jung-chul, and this is going to be an exciting match with also Kim Hae-run as their libero on that floor for Korea. Let's see if they're able to do this even with Hyo Jin Yang. Hyo Jin Yang is number 15 in scoring and the second best blocker. They're gonna need that against a powerful hitter like Leva over on the other side. Completing that lineup for Coach Lee Jung-chul is number 11, Kim Soo-ji, and it's gonna be an exciting match. As you can see, Kim Hae-jin, the middle blocker, will be very busy. I'm definite of it, as Peru will start with Palacios on that floor. A service by Hyo-hee Lee of Korea to start our first set in this exciting match between Peru and Korea. Peru scoring off of that with an error right away by Korea. By the way, this team for Korea is one of the squads that can definitely serve teams off the court. They're the first team to defeat Japan in this tournament, and they served them off the court. Received there by their top scorer, Kim Yeon-jung, over on Kim Hee-jin earlier for the attack. Here comes a strong, powerful hit by Rueda. A good statement for the squad, and as you can see, they have a better pep right now in their step. They're coming from a loss against Italy, 3-0, and so they need to be able to show their true character here. They're true fighters, true warriors. But right now, Korea first, scores their first point off of the middle block right there, coming from Rueda. Uribe also part of that. But it's a good showing here between these two squads. Yeon-kung earlier with the service, soft touch over, good dig. The joust won though right there by number 13, Park Jun-ah. Kim Yeon-kung again one of the best spikers here, number 6 in that statistics. And right now, she will have to watch and prepare for the service of Uribe as Peru wins their 3rd point. Uribe right here, the team captain, 31 years old, played for Peru in the 2020 FIVB Volleyball Women's World Championship, where they finished tied for 13th with the Czech Republic. They are hoping to keep their medal, their hopes alive, and an opportunity to get to the games. Look at how Rueda and Munoz are conspiring right there to celebrate that last one, but Rueda, and of course, you have to count on Ichescas also to do work right there in front. Received by Yunko. Over from the back, that was Park Jun-ah. Good block. They'll try to send this over now. Cross court, denied right there, returned right away by Leva and Ichescas. Ichescas puts it up. They'll set it up. Leva with that attack through the defenders. They're gonna go to the left front, and that's wide. Coach Lee Jung-chul not making any actions to challenge that hit coming from Park Jun-ah. It's a 5-2 advantage for Peru. Uribe with that service ace. This is Uribe's first point off of a serve. She totaled 17 points heading into this tournament, 16 spikes and a block, and it's good to see Uribe and the rest of this Peruvian squad forcing Korea to call for a quick timeout. Peru has had 8 appearances in the FIVB World Cup. Their best finish was in 1973. And in 1973, they finished 4th because they lost to Korea in that battle for bronze. Korea in the FIVB World Cup won the bronze against Peru all the way back in 1973. But it's good to know trivias like that because you know that there's so much history behind the matchup between these two squads, which really makes it a lot more interesting and colorful. And as you can see, after a service ace earlier by Uribe, after that timeout, she causes an error, giving Korea now an opportunity to add on to their 3 points on that board. Here's Leva. Good up by number 11, Kim Soo-ji. It started with Kim Soo-ji with that dig, and then it finished with a Park Jun-ah kill. Good set there by Lee Hyo-hee. She's the number 7 best setter with 279 attempts. That service there is good. They're gonna go down the middle, but that's far to the corner line though, line ball, and that will be a point as we take a look at what happened right there to Ichescas all the way to the back. Rueda, number 9 in blocking, number 23 in service with 2 service aces just like Munoz. Here's that right dump from the right side. What a block right there. Ball still live. They have to send that over. They do it through Frias. Rueda sends it over to the front. Munoz too. What a kill by Leva. Let's take a look at that again from that left outside wing right there. Soaring high for that kill beyond Kim Hee-jin's reach. Leva, number 3 in scoring. Technical timeout for Peru with a lead of 8-4.
6-5 conflito, ok? Vai jogar, agora acabou de colocar e recorreu. Então, erro na defesa diagonal. D e o C. Recorreu.
4 attack points so far for Peru, 3 for Korea. For Peru, they've had 1 from Uribe, 1 from Rueda. Of course, Ichescas has been part of that, and now also Leva for Korea. They are down 8-4 in this technical timeout. They've registered 3 attack points, 1 coming from Hee-jin Kim and 2 from Jung-ah Park. looking to see what Yin Kung Kim will be doing in this instance. You know, she's the MVP and best scorer of the 2012 Olympic Games, and she's not going to go gently, and she's not going to be quiet for too long. She receives that, but they go over on the right side, up by Rueda. Here comes Leva. The blockers there making it hard from that left wing attacker. Ball still live. They're not able to send it over there, and Rueda, good effort on her, just fell short in that opportunity to dig. She couldn't get back up. Korea has done a stellar job to try to crawl their way back. Still, though, they're trailing by 5. Here's a running serve by Kim Hee-jin. They go to Leva. Through the defenders. Was there a touch? They'll get the point. That's right. Peru extends their lead 9-5. Leva has the most attempts in terms of spikes amongst the top 20, and most likely here in this tournament. She's got 199, but look at that serve and that point, her second point off of a service here in this tournament. They're gonna let that sail out, and it's straight points here for Peru. They need to avoid a defeat in straight sets, and they're playing it like they absolutely want this game. A free ball opportunity here. Here's Palacios. Munoz quickly over to Ischescas. That's still live over on the Korean side. Number 13 with a dump over. That was Park Jun. And here comes. Good job by Kim Hae-roon. Those blockers on fire. That time, though, it was well over the blockers, and number 14, that was Yang Hyo-jin, using all of her 190-centimeter frame to go and soar over those frontliners. There was 3 that went up to try to stop her. Park Jun-ah for the service. Palacios earlier. Here's the attack from number 8, Frias. Ball still live. They'll go over to their specialist over there on the left side. They'll bump that over for Peru. They need to watch out because they're already setting up for successive kill attempts right there. Kim Yoon-kung. They'll set up Kim Yoon-kung again. Those blockers, though, not being able to control that. And successive attacks coming from that left front where Kim Yoon-kung is. When you have her on the strong side, you can almost expect for the defenders to work doubly hard, and that's what happened, though Korea still trailing. Palacios. Over to Frias with everyone else watching where that ball would drop on the Korean side. Frias able to score off of that shot. Uribe coming in, and that gives Palacios a quick reprieve. Ischescas on the line. They'll set up a quick right there from the center attack by Yang Hyo-jin, but look at this character that we're seeing on the side of Peru. Watch this as they go for a cross court and a kill right there by Munoz. The setter gets involved in the scoring, and that will be a timeout for Korea.
연결이 안 되는 무도건이 서 있으면 어떡하냐.
괜찮아, 당황하지 마. 괜찮아.
지금 이런 하는 토스가 언더 토스가 너무 부실하잖아. 공격수 앞에다가는
Korea's 6 attack points have come so far from Yoon Kong Kim, who's got 1, Jeong Park, who's got 2, Hyo Jin Yang with 2, Hee Jin Kim also contributing there. But apart from that last shot of Alexandra Munoz, it really has been a contribution from Uribe, Carla Rueda, also Clarivet Ichescas, and 2 from Angela Leyva. Here's Ichescas with the service, 13-7. They go back to their best option, and that's wide, but there's a touch according to referee Patricia Rolfe, side out. Korea here, opportunity to cut down this 5-point advantage built by the hardworking side from Peru. How will the Koreans respond now, being in this dire situation early in this first set? They go to Frias for that left-hand hit. What a shot that was, but referee Patricia Rolfe will be awarding this to the side of Peru. Munoz, a great setter, 22nd in that statistics, although that error will be costly as it gives Korea now a step towards the right direction as they still trail 14-9, but they get Hyo Hee Lee. Munoz with a kill there to Rueda. Let's take a look at how Rueda was able to take advantage of that beautiful setup job. You saw how Kim Yoon-kong was dropped to the floor with so much power behind that swing. Frias for service. Kim Yoon-kong, instead they go to option where Hee Jin Kim was. Yoon-kong, one of the best spikers here, ranked number 6 in this tournament. But she's also proving her worth here. You saw how Leyva is able to do it. And that's our second technical timeout. Peru still on top, 16-10. That kill by Leyva just really absolutely proves why she's in the top 10 among spikers. She's got a 37.6% success rate and has the most attempts. And most of the time, she gets the work done.
빨리 끊어치라고.
Ouro que ela ataca pra lá ou essa diagonal cá, hein? Ouro na quadra. Contra-ataque e aqui.
9 attack points, a block, 2 serves, and 4 opponent errors. That is the story so far for Coach Marasiulo's squad on why they are leading at the second technical timeout of this set. Korea, meantime, has 8 attack points and 2 errors off of their opponents. They're still finding their rhythm and finding a way to break through this really high intensity and high energy challenge from Peru. Uribe, team captain, absolutely giving this team a huge lift. Number 13 from Korea, Park Jung-ah, will be able to log that score, the 11th after that great set by Lee Hyo-hee. But that picture, there will be a challenge on the floor by Peru. As you know, this electronic challenge system has done really well for the teams right here. Although not everyone is as used to that electronic team tablet, it's absolutely necessary, and Coach Marasiulo able to use it here. And FIVB commits to use new technology to assist the referees in the decision-making process to make the game absolutely fair to the athletes' actions. And Coach Marasiulo right here making sure that they maintain a good solid lead against a very dangerous foe from Korea. Now our officials here still going through some of the material. Was there indeed a touch? and there is no touch. And referee Patricia Rolfe will be having some words with Uribe just to clarify everything, and our referees right here are running this game particularly well. And you have Korea on that service line with Kim Soo-ji. Munoz will set up Leva. She scores off of those blockers. Nothing that even Kim Yoon-kung can do with the speed. And you can hear a crowd here chanting for Leva. In Peru, where these ladies are stars, they are used to the gymnasiums absolutely screaming their names. Right now, they continue to play as heroic as possible to try to defeat Korea and prevent a straight set victory for the AVC powerhouses. As you can see, Peru now extends their lead 18-11. Opportunity for them with now Rueda once again on the line. They reverse that. Good job by Rueda. There's Leva, soft over. They gotta get it over. Palacios helping out to Leva. From the middle they go. Ball still good. Oh no! But it was mishit right there by Munoz as she tried to save it off of that bump by Rueda. And this is how that happened. Off the net, she couldn't play that out.
Substitution by Korea. Number 3 out. Number 17, Yong-in.
So Yeom Hyo-seon will be replacing their best setter, Lee Hyo-hee, but Yeom-seon averages 1.5 brilliant sets per game. She's number 11 in our statistics right now for this tournament. Palacios will chase that down. They have to send it over, and they do. That's within the antenna. They dump it over. Good job by Rueda, but no one was prepared for that as the defense scrambled and was all over the floor. 13-18, Korea still trailing, but heroics like that from the 26-year-old middle blocker Yang Hyo-jin is something that keeps Korea in step. Kim Hee-jin on the line. 25-year-old Kim Hee-jin played for the 2012 London Olympic Games. They do a reverse. There's the block, but oh, what a block that was earlier by Park Jeon-ah. Take a look at what Park Jeon-ah is capable of doing. She played for the national team in the 2015 FIVB Women's World Cup, where they finished 6th, and also played in the 2014 Asian Games in Incheon, where they bagged the gold. Now this 23-year-old wing spiker, talking about Park Jeon-ah, is making a good account of herself, part of this 3-point blast that Korea's had.
Balão ali centralizado. E vamos com a Neiva, vai.
For Peru, they have 10 attack points, 4 of them coming from Angela Leva. But right now, they need to prepare, as you have an Olympian here in Kim Hee-jin with that service. Here's Leva once again, hitting it straight to the back. Nothing that even the very talented Kim Hae-run can do, as you take a look at that. They're gonna go for a quick dump over the pancake. Munoz will hit it wide though. And it's still a 4-point advantage by Peru. But Korea here building momentum. Park Jeon-ah. Munoz will set it up. That's Frias, and there is a touch. side out for Peru. And right, ripping through the fingers of Yang Hyo-jin. Remember, Yang Hyo-jin is 190 centimeters high. Oh, and the Olympian just hits it out of bounds. And so another point here for Peru. It's been a while since Peru won a set. They lost in straight sets against Italy the last time out. Yesterday was a rest day. I'm sure they've had a lot to do to adjust. They'll send that over to the front. Frias with that attempt. They'll set it up. Kim Yoon-kung there. Her ball returned. They'll set it up for Kim Yoon-kung again. And that time it's wide. That time it's wide. 22 points for Peru. There's going to be a challenge here by Korea as they believe that hit by Kim Yoon-kung was actually touched there by the side of Korea. But talking more about Korea, they can win 4 consecutive competitive matches for the first time since last year's Asian Championship. As you can see, this review right there. And the applause coming from the end of Peru as that challenge will fall in their favor. And it's at 22-15. Peru looking to continue on to their momentum and win set number 1 against Korea. But she stops the bleeding right there with Kim Yoon-kung. She's one of the best spikers, 45.18% success rate. Kang So-wi will be replacing Yang Hyo-jin, who made a good account of herself. Kang So-wi has registered 3 points in this tournament so far. As opposed to this wonderful, powerful hitter right there. You're talking about Maggie Laura Frias. Frias coming into this tournament has 31 total points, 28 spikes, 2 blocks, and a serve. As we call for another substitution here on the floor, we will be replacing Kang So-wi immediately. Munoz here, the number 22, best server in this tournament already. The best in Peru with Rueda. She's had 2 service aces. Oh, wow. Through those defenders. No challenge against Kim Yoon-kung when she goes up like that with authority. That power will rip through any kind of wall. That's her 4th attack point, talking about Kim Yoon-kung. Back set here for Uribe. And it's set point for Peru. They've been playing absolutely inspired here in this opening set. They chase it down. Set point, remember, for Peru. Palacios will set this up for that back row attack. Ball still live. They'll send it over. Rueda's going to go for it with a soft touch. Good job by Kim Hae-roon. Here's from the middle. Palacios doing work. Oh, those blocks. What a block right there with Kim Hee-jin and Kim Soo-ji. Set point still for Peru, but Korea still alive here in set number 1. And they have Kim Yoon-kung. She's had 6 points off of service, but that one was wayward, and so Peru gets set number 1 with a 25-18 outcome against Korea, and this will do well for their quest for the Olympics in Rio, but at the same time, this will really do well for their confidence as they are up against a squad that is ranked second so far in this tournament with Korea's 3 wins, 1 loss, 10 sets that they've won, and now 5 sets that they've lost. Talking about Korea, Peru has now improved to 7 sets that they've won, lost 7, and they do need to win in straight sets in order to keep a shot at the qualification for the Rio Olympic Games. These teams met at the last World Olympic Qualification Tournament in 2012. Korea won that in straight sets. Well, that will no longer be the case here as Peru logged that opening set victory over Korea with 2 service aces, 14 attack points. Limited their errors, a block point there, but Korea had the advantage there with their very tall frontliners. But 24 digs really telling of Peru. Palacios working doubly hard here. It's been really tough to return those killer hits coming from Korea, but she's done a stellar job. Those 14 attacks from Peru, 2 of them came from Uribe, 2 from Carla Rueda, 1 from Munoz earlier, their setter, Magilaura Frias with 3, Angela Leyva with 5. But for the Korean side, their 11 attack points, 2 came from Kim Hee-jin, 4 came from Kim Yoon-kung, and we expect more from her, 2 from Park Jong-ah, and 3 from Yang Hyo-jin. As we take a look at how these teams are now scrambling and huddling for the last time before we jumpstart set number 2. It's so important for Peru to continue to win. Korea is ranked number 2 in the tournament right now, right behind Italy. For Peru, they're ranked number 6. Only the top 3 in the team standings will be able to make it. For Korea, they can either land in the top 3 or be the top Asian squad. If there's one Asian squad that lands in the top 3, then the second-ranked Asian team, or from the AVC side, will be moving ahead to the 2016 Rio Olympic Games, where we have Brazil, China, Serbia, Russia, Argentina, USA, and Cameroon already waiting. There's going to be one more World Olympic qualifying tournament after this, and that'll be held in Puerto Rico. And Korea will be scoring off of that, with Munoz starting things off. Not exactly how they would have wanted that to start, but still, Munoz and the rest of them can just look forward to another good performance. Let's see if they can repeat what they did in set number 1. Munoz to Rueda earlier. They'll do a back set bump pass right there. Palacios with the dig. Leyva. Munoz clears it over to the other side. But that one was wide, coming from the attack from Kim Hee-jin. Frias, the very young star from Peru, scores not for Peru at this time. But they're gonna be challenging it, I believe, all the way to that back line. They thought they saw it drop on the line, and will leave it to the very capable FIVB officials to determine whether that was indeed a service ace for Magilaura Frias. Frias is number 23 in scoring, and look at that. Good call by the side of Peru, a service ace for Frias. That's her second service ace in this tournament. That is now 3 points off of service for Peru in this particular match against Korea. Here comes the Korean side with that attack over there. They say it's wide, but they will be challenging that as they believe there was a touch. Let's see. They're making this electronic challenge system work doubly hard in the past few plays. Whether that ball is in and out will now be determined. Each team is given an electronic tablet, but look at that, so close. But that's this game, it's a game of precision. And that's how the ball will fall, and that's how we continue on to set number 2 with a 3-1 advantage for Peru. With Frias on that service line, received by Kim Yoon-kwon. Here comes an attacker right there. That one was clearly touched, and a point for Korea. And with that hit from Jung-ah Park, side out Korea. Kim Soo-ji with that service. Munoz quick right there, and they hit it all the way to that corner. Uribe. Nobody was home at that time. Uribe took advantage. Peru with the lead. Uribe, team captain. The service is wide though. You can see how you can get so emotionally charged that perhaps your judgment is clouded. You know that Uribe is absolutely smart when it comes to her service. That time though, it got the better of her. Kim Hee-jin on that service line, making sure that it drops. Leva with the attack, and Jun Ah-kung was there. Good up by Munoz. They'll set up Leva. Good job by Kim Hee-roon. Oh, also on Palacios, it's a showdown between the liberos, and they're gonna let that sail out, but there's a touch. Peru with point number 5. Rueda, number 23 in service, just like Munoz, has 2 service aces to her name coming into this game. Here's the attack with also sending it to the back line. That's number 13, Park Jun-ah. Park Jun-ah, 25 points to her name in this tournament, 19 spikes, 3 blocks, 3 serves. Munoz will set up Leva. Leva was denied right there. She's gonna go at it again, hitting the edge this time of Yang Yo-jin. And they score anew and lead by 2. Leva means business. Kim Yoon-kwon, not exactly, I was gonna say not exactly a hyper night for her as it usually is, and then right away she sends that hard hit over to the side of Peru for that point. Yang Yo-jin earlier, that quick sent straight back to where Yang Yo-jin was and was not returned. Ichescas. She's had 1 service point at Ichescas already in this tournament. Here's Kim Yoon-kwon. Munoz to set up Frias with a left-hander. Oh, wow. Will this go over? No.
The first technical timeout.
That lefty hit from that strong side for Frias to evade the defense of the defender care of Lee Hyo-hee was good for our first technical timeout in the second set.
Ok? Você controla pouco a central, doble lá. Se vem o zagueiro, quem tá aqui, ó, pode ver ela.
18 attack points so far in this match for Peru. You saw earlier how Frias was handled, or how she handled that last attack of Peru. Now at 18, 1 block, 3 serves so far here, plus they've managed to get 11 points off of their opponent's errors. Korea, meantime, with 14 attack points, 3 blocks, 6 errors from Peru, who's been absolutely brilliant in that first set, and they're trying to continue on and carry over the momentum that they've built. When it matters most, you have Kim Hee-jin scoring for Korea. That back set and that finish off of Uribe's block right there. She swipes and scores. Here's Hyo-hee Lee earlier. Frias. Frias is absolutely pumped. And you can see why she was able to score, go through the defenders, and keep now this 3-point lead for Peru. Munoz in that service area. We talked about how she's already had 2 service aces. Look at how hard Korea had to work to return that serve, but it wasn't a good reception there by Frias, as she wasn't able to manage the hit from the side of Korea. Kim Yoon-kung now number 2 among scorers, just behind Sloiches of the Netherlands in this tournament, and she sends that ball wide. She's been blowing hot and cold, but when she gets going, she can definitely turn up the heat here. Here comes the heater, Frias, with that service. Palacios, Leva over there with a cross court to Park Juna. Oh, those defenders are really tough. They're on fire on the net. They're having so much fun. Rueda, brilliant in that last, but will there be some clarifications that our officials will allow? There's a question on whether there's a net touch. And a point there after that celebration, looking at referee Patricia Rolfe of the USA, our wonderful referees here, making sure that they clarify, and it's imperative that they do. And they do it well, and referee Macias, also of Mexico, able to control this agitated bench. Coach Maraciulo still clarifying with referee Macias. This is how important it is. Korea only trailing by 2 right here. Rueda agitated, but they're hoping that they're able to transfer that energy from frustration and bring it on the court, as they have to prepare for this heater right here. Service good earlier by Kim Soo-ji, and Rueda, Leva rather. Leva will be awarded that point, but it will be challenged by Coach Lee Jung-chul. Is he able to log that challenge early enough? No challenges there, as Peru extends their lead 11-8. It grazes the net, but it's over for Uribe. Oh no! Let's take a look at how Korea was able to dismantle the defense right there of Ichescas. Park Jun-ah. Service earlier by Kim Hee-jin, but look at how Korea is able to bring down Peru's lead with a play like this. They had Leva not being able to manage that well, and the excitement level has just been turned up. Kim Hee-jin for service. They'll go to the back to Ichescas. Those blockers there, Rueda taking care of business. They'll set up Rueda from that left wing, and good speed off of that. Nothing that Haerun can do. Leva to Kim Haerun. Rueda for service to Kim Jung-koon. They'll set it up, send it over to the able hands of Munoz to Leva, left-hander, no go. She's gonna go with the right this time on the strong side. Over to the front, no. Oh wow, what a strong finish there after that rally by Ichescas. The setting of Munoz, like Nectar, Ichescas making sure that that was sent straight to the floor as Korea is calling for a timeout with Peru scoring consecutive points.
그럼 어떻게 돼? 돌아야지. 돌아서 미리 준비해야지. 찬스볼을 안 도니까 그 볼에 어떤 그 코스나 이런 것들이 확인이 안 되는 거 아니야. 그 찬스볼인데. 그리고 처리할 수 있는 거 네트에서 처리할 수 있는 거 코스에서 처리하든지 아니면 힘을 못 쓸 것 같으면 잡으라고. 그냥 넘기는 꼴이 된단 말이야.
Although Korea is leading the block statistics 4-1, Peru is pacing this battle with a 21-17 advantage in the attacks department. And they've also been getting 13 points off of Korea's errors here. So those and many other things, I'm sure, is something that Coach Lee Jung-chul is discussing. This young squad from Korea, they average 26.7 years old. A younger squad right here from Peru, averaging 22.9 years of age for this squad. They have to manage now Korea, who keeps breathing down their necks. And you see Kim Yoon-kong working hard to make sure she keeps the energy up as the team captain. Munoz will set it up for Leva, denied. What a block that was. Kim Soo-ji. She is a difficult one to manage. Service is good. Palacios there with that up to Leva. They go. They scramble, but they go to their top scorer. Nothing that Palacios can do, even though she had great effort. But that was all the way to the back, away from anyone's reach. A hit by Kim Yoon-kong. That's why she's one of the top scorers in this battle. We're tied at 13. Munoz, the setter dump. They go back to Kim Yoon-kong, and that's out. Kim Yoon-kong, a member of the Korean volleyball teams that won the gold in the 2014 Asian Games. She was MVP in the 2012 Olympics. She has a slew of other individual awards. Right now, she's thinking of her team. But Leva right there, able to take advantage. What a strong hit. Good combination. The back row getting involved right there with Leva, sending it down the line. Peru with 15 points. Huang checking in this game. Good up there by Rueda. Here's Leva. They go to the middle. Yang Hyo-jin. Number 15 in scoring, tied with Kim Hee-jin in terms of scoring, 29 spikes, 4 blocks, 8 service points for a total of 41 heading into this competition. This is set number 2. They go to Frias. Frias able to get through the defenders, but that back row has been active also for Korea. That time, though, Peru once again getting the better of their opponents for the second technical timeout now. Korea trailing by 2. Let's take a look at how they were able to play that out. Those blocks and not being able to recover with another block point here for Peru.
볼이 지금 나쁘잖아. 그러면 그거 봐야지. 놓치는 볼이 너무 많다고 지금.
Ok? Oi, vamos agora concentrar. Tem sempre aqui. De receber, pode ter as empurradas de centro. Estamos tentando.
In this technical timeout, a breather is definitely needed for Leva. She's been one that they always rely on. She's the 10th among spikers, number 8 in digs, number 3 in overall scoring, right behind Kim Yoon-kong, who's number 2. This crowd that has been chanting for Korea, absolutely thrilled, I'm sure, to see Bae-yeon-na. But, of course, Kim Soo-ji has been making a good account of herself. Bae-yeon-na, though, is one of the best blockers in the league. Number 20, tied with Danesi of Italy. She's had 5 stuffed blocks. She averages .36 per set. Oh, and they have to put that up. What a mad scramble right there. After that strong hit by Kim Yoon-kong. And she's through the defense of Rueda. .18 success percentage for Kim Yoon-kong. They have to work extra hard to tie this now. Frias earlier with that attack. They'll go back to Frias. Oh, but it's wide. We're tied now. We're tied. Lee Hyo-hee in the service area. You know, out of her 279 attempts, she has logged 0 faults. She is number 7 among setters. Oh! With authority and that sweet setting by Munoz, Leva evading and catching the edge of the defenders. Those blockers not being able to deflect that shot of Leva. Munoz for that service. They'll set it up for a quick reverse right there coming from Bae-yeon-na. Bae-yeon-na went up. Good job there by Lee Hyo-hee. Munoz earlier with a dig. Frias, though, sends it wide. And Korea with an opportunity here to break this deadlock. Kim Yoon-kong for service to Munoz. They scramble. From the back row, it's short though by Leva. Miscalculated hit. And an unreturned service right there. An opportunity again for Korea, who's now taken the lead 18-17. Peru, it's been rare for them to give up this lead, and that grazes the net. But here comes Peru. Oh, wow! Magilaura Leva. Rather, Magilaura Frias with this service. Leva couldn't put a body in position for Park Jong-a's attack from that left side. And that on-hand side attack right there, enough to evade the combination of Uribe and Rueda in front. Puts Korea once again up 19-18. Here comes Leva. We're tied at 19 apiece. And you have Regalado checking in. If she'll be allowed to do that, not as of yet. Regalado still waiting if she's going to be allowed to check in to replace Uribe momentarily. And Coach Marasiulo still has some words to share. They'll go to Regalado right here, who's had a service ace logged in this tournament. And Regalado not being able to evade the touch there in that last instant. She'll be replaced quickly by Palacios. Nam Jae-yun. Or check that, Hwang Yun-ju for the service. Munoz to set up Leva. Those blockers, they try to control it. That was Lee Hyo-ki. And over they go. They're gonna go to that outside hit from the right flank. No good for Rueda. And Korea now up ahead 21-19. I don't think they've been able to enjoy this big a lead, as Peru will be calling for a quick timeout. They do need to win in straight sets. Talking about Peru, what's more important is they need to avoid getting defeated to have their shot at the Olympic qualification tournament still strong. Here's the huddle.
Vem na cor, Ramiro. E aí? E o bloqueio, então vem na cor. Cruza e vamos também.
Korea has scored 2 points successively, and these two squads right here hoping to get the better of the other. Peru now trailing 19-21. Peru has had 8 appearances since 1973 in the FIVB World Cup, 12 World Championship appearances, got a silver in 1982, which was held in Peru at that time. They need the energy. They need to lift their spirits. They need to get through that defense. What a block there by Bae-yun Na. Or check that, Yang Hyo-jin. Yang Hyo-jin, the #2 best blocker, just behind Chiricella of Italy. She's got 12 stuffed blocks, 51 attempts. And that's why she's one of the best right here. Let's see if she'll overcome Chiricella. But Rueda able to score off of that, swiping it from her defender. As we take a look at how they got their 20th point, could not put a control on that, Park Jong-a. Rueda, #23 in terms of service. She packs the heat. Kim Yoon-kung earlier. Oh, wow, what an attack that even Palacios couldn't handle. Mind you, Palacios is the leading best digger here in this tournament. And Peru calling for a timeout, with Korea only needing 2 more points to put Peru away and tie it in terms of set wins.
Concentrar no saque, pegar balão daqui, vamos jogar o final, ok? E se for bem, não passa nada. Fizeram um set espetacular, aí é detalhe, ok? Detalhe, a bola tem que chegar com a armadura pequena, a bola tem que chegar aqui na antena pra gente matar ela também.
It's absolutely imperative for Peru to get their heads together. Leyva, Echescas, Munoz, Palacios, who I just mentioned, is the best digger. She was able to award the 23rd point of Korea off of their attack earlier, not being able to put control on that attack. Park Jun-ah with the service. Oh, error. Service error. And the sun is shining on the Illas del Sol. Let's see if they're able to build momentum off of that good break that they got. Leyva with the service to Kim Yoon-kung. Oh, and a dump over. Set point now by Korea. Yang Hyo-jin will first be replaced by Soe Kang. She scored a total of 3 in this tournament, 2 of them from serve. So here comes the heater. Oh no, back-to-back service errors by Korea. And again, another good break here by Peru. Uribe checking in for Regalado. Echescas on that service line. Echescas has scored 1 off of service. Here comes set point, and that will be good for our 2012 Olympic Games MVP and best scorer Kim Yoon-kung, winning this thrilling and exciting, tightly contested second set, 25-22, tying it now at 1 set apiece against Peru. Now, you will be kept at the edge of your seats, I am sure, now with all the squads here and their players warmed up, ready to go, and absolutely wanting to get the advantage for this team from Korea. They are hoping that they can finally get to the Olympic Games. Let's see how the results will be. They did give up a set right here. It would have been good if they had won in straight sets, because a straight set win would have automatically given them a slot at the Olympic Games. Looking at Yang Hyo-jin, she scored 6 of the 26 attack points. 9 belong to Yoon-kung Kim. As you take a look at the statistics there, each squad, each side winning a set. Service ace, Peru with the advantage there, but when it comes to attacks, 15-12 in that last set for Korea, which is one of the factors on how they won that last set. 8 errors for Korea. They need to manage that, but those 4 blocks definitely make up for it. And in terms of digs, we are tied. 26 attack points for Korea so far in this match, 26 for Peru. We talked about the 2 top scorers of Korea. Over on the side of Peru, Angela Leyva is leading all scorers with 10 attack points, followed by Frias with 6 attack points. Then you get 3 each from Clarivet Echescas, Uribe, and Carla Rueda. For the other supporters of Korea, there's 7 block points so far in this tournament, 5 coming from Yang Hyo-jin. It's important for Yang Hyo-jin, who's a #2 best blocker here, as I mentioned, just right behind Chirichella, to continue to challenge those attacks coming from Ichescas and Leyva and all of them, to keep in step with the Peruvians. Peru, coming into this battle, needed to win straight sets, or at least needed to avoid getting defeated in straight sets in order to keep a shot at qualification. So their chance is absolutely alive, having been prevented that. But of course, it also is for Korea, who's #2 in the standings. Here now is set #2. And after that service by Lee Hyo-hee, she will watch that ball sail out with that attack from Peru. For service, here's Uribe. Good job by Uribe. Kim Young-kung earlier. They'll have to send this over, and why not? Why not go to that left wing where Leyva is? She now has 11. They'll set this up. Good approach right there. They go up in position for that block. Nothing for Peru in that instance. Munoz sets this up. Once again, Leyva just changes direction for that dump, but Kim Young-kung was there. Good up by Rueda. Leyva once again denied anew. Good blockers in front right there. Watch out for Bae Yun-na. And she's also been getting good support there by Yoon-ju Hwang. Kim Young-kung, we talked about her impressive 6 service points heading into this game. Here's Leyva, she's blocked. And they score off of that. And these front row blockers, there's blockers right here from Korea doing great work. We've mentioned Bae Yun-na and Hwang Yoon-ju. Rueda. She'll get it right back through the defenders. They send it right back off of number 13. But this Korean side is just difficult to handle with Bae Yun-na right there. Bae Yun-na, that outside hitter doing wonders for that middle blocking position. Good cross court right there. And mishandled by Korea's Park Jeon-ah. No one can blame her with attacks like that coming from Leyva. Rueda earlier for that service. That shot did not penetrate. That went over. Rueda chases it down. They go to Leyva. Ball still live. Kim Hae-run earlier sent it over. Back set, and Ichescas puts it away. Coach Marasiulo is looking to make an impact in his first full year as coach. And with that set earlier, their hopes still alive for an Olympic slot. That one will be awarded to Korea. They're not going to challenge it, even though Rueda was motioning. Park Jeon-ah has been playing particularly well for this squad. But Leyva has been impressive, breaking down that great wall that South Korea has built with number 14 there, Yang Hyo-jin. Peru again with the lead. Quick right there for Jin. They'll set it up, middle this time. Good job by Palacios. And this side of Peru scores again as Korea not able to react and return. Leva to the back to Kim Yoon-kung. Good job by Palacios, impressive. And that joust, they send it over, they managed to do it. They set up for this attack. There was already a whistle against Peru as this point awarded to Korea. Wang Yunju. They'll set this up for Frias. That is wide, and opportunity for Korea to get straight points here. As Korea stacks it up over on the right side. Munoz from the back row. Good recognition by Munoz. A great play there by Leva. Buries it deep all the way to the back. That kill looked good. Ichescas for service. Oh, enough. She's tried to do enough right there by Park Jun-ah. It looked good. She had a good idea. They'll send it from the back row. Good up by Rueda. They have to send this over. Frias does. Those middle attack right there. Their setter doing wonderfully for Korea. Again, high run. Rueda there with a response. They go to Leva. Just a shot over. High run once again, and a dink over. It wasn't power this time, but it was outsmarting their opponents. This wonderful rally ensued with this tip over just at the edge of the blockers, out of reach. Good play by number 14, Yang Hyo-jin. Against Kazakhstan, Yang Hyo-jin was the best scorer with 11.7 of them spikes. We're tied at 7. Rueda to Munoz. They'll go to Frias through those blockers. Hyron sets it up. Oh, wow! Kim Yoon-kung. This is the first technical timeout, and it's because of that shot over that even Palacios couldn't get to just on time. They knew that she would throwing in different shots right there, thinking that she would go hard against them, but Korea with a lead 8-7 in this first technical timeout in set number 2. Korea's 51st point in this tournament. We're near now the first hour of this battle between Peru and Korea. Taking a look at Kim Yoon-kung, able to score that 8th point for Korea in this game so far. Top performers for Korea, of course, includes her with her 10 points so far, or 10 attacks so far. And Korea will now have an opportunity to stretch this lead further. Watch out for those serves by Korea, Park Jun-ah. Munoz to Frias, that's wide. Will they be challenging this? I'm watching Coach Marasiulo. He's gonna pace back and forth and see how they'll put a stop on Park Jun-ah and the rest of them from Korea, who's been scoring successively. Munoz sets it up, an easy think over there for Leva. Ball still live. Rueda will send it in front to Frias. Over those defenders. Setter dump is good. They hit it on 2. Hyo-hee Lee. Number 7 best setter with 279 attempts. She has no faults. She averages 4.71 per set, and she's giving this squad a headache.
Atenção, centro, tem que entrar muito para fora com um bloqueio que quebra o embalo, ok? E você tem uma diagonal fora também. Se o balão for recortado, sai da central. Paralela ou lá, ok? Vamos recebendo. Oi, oi. As duas opções agora. Recebo bem, se arranja aqui com o bloqueio.
30 attack points now for Korea, starting to catch up against Peru's 33. On the line for service, Park Jong-ah. Interestingly enough, it's Peru who has logged in 3 service points here against a squad who's lethal for their service, but also lethal with their very tall players in front. And now Korea is having a lot of fun. Yang Hyo-jin doing wonders and taking full advantage by that time coming from Lee Hyo-hee. Park Jong-ah is wide. Pressure on Peru. Down 11-8. Munoz in that service area. She's good here. Can rely on her. And look at that attack. Kim Yoon-kung. So much power behind that swing. Very efficient. As she dictated how that last play would be. She's absolutely lethal. As you have Yang Hyo-jin with that service, Rueda to Munoz. Quick now to Uribe. And that'll be a point for Peru. Will they be challenging this? Coach Lee Jung-chul passes on the opportunity to challenge. As Frias is on that line for a service. Lee Jung-chul, Munoz able to put it up. They'll go for that hit. Off the blockers, able to stop the speed of that ball earlier coming from Leva, who's gonna go at it again. And that's on the line. That cross-court kill for Peru is good for point number 9. And like a bullet, she's able to put a hole on that ground. As Peru's Frias is on the line for service, and that's wide. Korea hoping to score another set win here. Lee Hyo-hee for service. They go to Leva again. Good job by number 13, Park Jong-ah. Good job also by Palacios. Leva will send it over to the back end. Oh, wow. Munoz able to control that. They send it over. Good job by Palacios again to Munoz. To Uribe. Ball still live. They'll go to Kim Yoon-kung. Off-speed shot. There was a whistle. Oh, no. And this will go Korea's side. Munoz and the rest of them claims there was no error. And Coach Marasiulo, what he's worried about is the focus of this team. They're gonna pick their battles. Lee Hyo-hee with that service. Munoz. Oh, but that shot by Rueda sent right back. And this team from Korea, and look at that block coming from Kim Yoon-kung. She has scored only 1 block point coming into this game. Scoring anew here. Munoz, a quick to the middle, and they take Uribe's whiff there for that point for Peru. Only needing 4 to tie. Team captain Uribe for service. And a quick right there, putting it down on the ground. That was Bayuna. And this is already the second technical timeout with Bayuna getting the 16th point here for Korea.
번만 집어넣고 누나 멘트하다가 이렇게 눕는 게 아니고 세컨 점점이 필요 없잖아. 그러니까 이렇게 풀지 말고 그냥 늘어야 많은데.
네. 지금 브로킹이 좋아. 브로킹이 아까보다 더 좋아졌어.
자 여기서 또 몇 개만 더 차.
Korea scored 3 straight points. Peru was able to respond, but Korea got it right back on their side for the 16th point momentum.
Perdendo a cabeça. A hora, o Recife está muito bem. Vamos pro Recife, tomar o saque, barrou o saque, ou melhorou o Recife lá. Então nós temos que melhorar e não pode ficar aqui.
Before this technical timeout, Bayuna, the one who played in the 2014 Asian Games and is a gold medalist there, was able to log in the point, the 16th for Korea here in the second set. She also played for the Korean team that finished second in the first AVC Cup Women's Volleyball Championship and third in the 2013 Asian Women's Volleyball Championships. Here comes Munoz to Leva. Cross-court kill. Still smoking off of that shot there. No answer from number 13, Park Jun-ah. Park Jun-ah again in the receiving end of that hard hit coming from Leva. They send that over. Rueda, Munoz, back to Leva. Those blockers. Ball still live. Easy over. Munoz, quick thinking. From the back row. They'll let it sail out though. They'll let it sail out. Kim Yoon-kung had a good look at that, but there's going to be a challenge on that floor by Korea.
The turret is going now.
Let's take a look at this official review, and it's on the line. Good call by Korea. Kim Yoon-kung advising coach Lee Jong-chul to challenge that shot, and it's important because Peru was starting to build momentum also on their side. Peru will be playing the Netherlands after this, and they need to be absolutely ready and hungry for a win. Korea now leading 18-12. You know, 2 games ago, Korea had to play in the last game and play the first game the day after, but they still managed to chalk up a win. But Peru right now, after yesterday's break, is calling for a quick timeout. They need to recover.
A hora é hora do recibo, vai estar 13-15, vamos tentar apertar. Se não der, respirando e guardando as energias para entrar no outro. Segundo set,
Korea has 32 attack points as opposed to Peru's 37, but they have managed 11 block points so far here. Kim Yoon-kung, number 2 among scorers, just behind Sloches of the Netherlands. We'll watch her teammate and play alongside Bayun now, whose the service was good. But Leva, those blockers once again. We talked about the scoring of Korea off of those blocks, and Leva not having an easy time. 12th block score by Korea. That time logged by Wang Yunju. Palacios, Munoz, and they go to Ichescas, having it easy this time from that blocker on the left side. Take a look at how she's able to spin that through the hands of Park Jun-ah. As Leyva will be getting a quick break with Regalado coming in for service. Peru has the advantage in terms of service points. 3-1 so far here in this match. They'll go for that reverse and a beautiful handling there by Hwang Yun-ju. Korea needing 5 points now, peeling away from Peru, who's trailing by 7. And Regalado will again be going back to the player's pen in favor of Leyva. Hwang Yun-ju to Palacios. Here's Munoz to set it up. Where Frias is at. Oh my! They are on fire on that net. Peru has been having such a tough time penetrating through the defense of Yang Hyo-jin. Number 2 best blocker behind Chirichella. And you know why? 12 stuff blocks before this. And she's doing particularly well in this previous stretch. She's had a hand in that somehow too. Korea racking up points fast here in set number 3. And they'll be putting Kim Yoon-kong on that bench. The young Lee Jae-young, 19 years old, comes in. Lee Jae-young has 12 points in this tournament so far. Munoz reverse it, and another block! Oh, wow! Park Jung-ah this time. What a force, a difficult force to contend with when Korea is blocking that well. Kim Hee-jin back in the line of fire. 14 block points for Korea. 23-13, they have to overcome this 10-point advantage. And that's wide, though, off the block of Kim Hee-jin. But the blocking of Korea, oh, absolutely impressive. 14 blocks as opposed to 2 block points of Peru. That height difference. Peru has an average of 179. Korea has an average of 180. But they're tallest at 192, for Peru 190. That time, she went for a block earlier, didn't make it go through and fall through the playing field of Peru. But this time, off of that attack, Kim Hee-jin able to get the set point for Korea. Tough for Peru to overcome from here on now with Korea playing this well. Number 13, Park Jun-ah with the service. Set point for the side of Korea. Over the blockers this time. Here comes that attack by number 7 and a set win, care of Lee Jae-young. The 19-year-old outside hitter scoring for Korea, ending that second set 25-22. It was a nail-biter for a good stretch of this battle, 25-14 rather, after that 25-22 set win by Korea. Let's see how they'll be able to put away Peru in this instance. It's been a wonderful battle between these two squads, but Peru still able to try to put Korea away. for Korea. They are number 2 in standings. They win another set here. Now their 12th set won. They've lost so far 4 sets in this tournament. They wanted to win in straight sets. They couldn't immediately do that in the opening set here as we take a look at what transpired in set number 3. Korea getting their second set win. They had 2 aces, 10 attack points. Peru led in that department, but it's the 7 blocks of Korea in set number 2 that really made the difference as compared to Peru, who struggled in that department. Peru also had 6 errors, and Korea almost had a perfect game there that also was complemented by 15 digs compared to Peru's 20. Korea, could they be putting Peru away in that next set that we're about to have? It's going to be a tough battle here for Peru, but this squad that's ranked 23rd in the world, who faces Korea, who's ranked number 9, is absolutely known for their tenacity. The Peruvians love volleyball. Of course, they also love football. They are the most sought-after sports in that country, where they love their teams, particularly this volleyball team right here. So many fanatics from Peru. And we thank all of you for following this particular match, and I'm sure you guys are biting your nails and seeing how the Peruvians will handle Kim Yoon-kung and company. The Koreans have 36 attack points so far, and of the 36, 12 is coming from Kim Yoon-kung. You also have the second best scorer, number 14, in Jin Yang-hyo, and of course you also get a good contribution from Jung-ah Park, who's got 7 points. Now the 39 attacks so far of Peru, that came from mostly Angela Leyva, who's got 16 of the 39 points. 3 from Carla Rueda, 8 from Frias, and 5 from Ichescas. Now you also have 6 from Uribe here, and let's see how the rest of them will fare. Munoz also was able to score 1 attack point, and she's at the service area to kick off set number 4. The quick setting job right there. A good attack coming from Kim Young-kun, but good up also by Palacios. Kim Young-kun asking for it. The blockers, though, send that out, and Korea scores. The energy of Peru in that first set was different, wasn't it? And I'm sure they're going to try to get that energy back. They were having so much fun in that opening set. They want to build up on that kind of confidence. Those blockers finally are able to be brought down by that attack from the right side. And Peru scoring their first here. Bayunan couldn't do anything about that strong attack here. Now is Frias. 18th amongst best spikers in this tournament so far. Munoz will reverse it where Rueda was. And those blockers couldn't do anything about that attack by Park Jeon-ah. That is her 8th attack point. Park Jeon-ah came in this game with 25 points. Service error there, and Peru will be fielding in Ichescas back on that floor to quickly replace Palacios, as Uribe is on that service line. They'll set up Leyva. On this end, they'll go down the middle. Good recovery by Leyva, and she goes for that attack through the defender, scores. Well handled. This time, Yang Hyo-jin brought down with that attack from Leyva. Her 17th attack point. And the Peruvian scores anew with that service ace. We talked about that energy in the first set that they had. Well, we're seeing it here in the early stages of set number 4. Uribe with that service. That's on the line. Let's see. There's a touch, according to Miss Rolf, referee Rolf. Service now for Huang Yunju. Munoz to Rueda, denied there, but it's wide. And Rueda's attack right there, she celebrates it because Peru now got their 5th point, and she goes to the service area. She plays for a Peruvian volleyball club. She's played for 7 different clubs in 6 different countries, including Azerbaijan, Trinidad and Tobago. She played for Peru in the 2010 FIVB Women's World Championship, where they finished tied for 15th with Czech Republic. She played for the 2015 Volleyball World Grand Prix, where they finished 22nd spot at the end of the tournament. And 17th spot also in the 2006 FIVB Volleyball Women's World Championship. And she's been part of that squad. She's been here many, many times. She's one of those reliables, able to dig that through. Good job by Rueda. They go to Leva. Put up there by Nam. Soft touch over. Rueda able to send it up. They set it up for Leva. Denied right there by this great wall that Korea has put up with Yang Hyo-jin. Number 13, Jung Ah Park. Couldn't get to that right position with this last play right there. Good job by Frias, and they hit it over. Not enough time for them to recover. Talking about Korea, as Peru now hopes to build a 3-point advantage with this rally. They won't be able to do that as Korea cuts down their lead with Kim Yeon-kung. Kim Yeon-kung, by the way, is a highly decorated volleyball player, but of course you all know that already. She's also played for the Turkish Volleyball League and Fenerbahce. She goes at it again. Good up by Rueda. They set up Frias, and she scores with no sign of Yang Hyo-jin there. Frias able to score at will. Ichescas. Ichescas is a bronze medalist in the 2011, or rather 2013 South American Volleyball Championship. She's got great experience to her, but sometimes even experience like that, they still create errors. But let's see how they recover with that back row attack. Oh my! Sends chills when you see attacks like that. And even Lee Hyo-hee was sent to the ground. The 35-year-old Korean veteran sent to the ground with that really impressive shot. This is our first technical timeout in set number 4. Peru up by 2.
E alto fora, ok? Vai te decidir aí, ok? Então vamos, vai. Tem que decidir, hein? Vamos.
That technical timeout saw Peru leading by 2. They've been adopted by some of the local volleyball fans here, and it's just absolutely thrilling to have this volleyball-loving nation embrace all the other guest teams that come and play. Every time FIVB is in town, you can see that the entire country is involved. As you saw that Munoz service earlier, they go to a soft touch right by Kim Yoon-kung. Opportunity for Korea. They set up right down the middle there, Bae Yoon-na. Just out of reach of Leva. Bae Yoon-na, one of the best blockers, that time showing her prowess also with that strong hit down the middle. And on the line for service, Kim Yoon-kung. Palacios earlier. Rueda's gonna go at it. Kim Yoon-kung puts it up. Those blockers not being able to control that. Rueda tried her best to chase it down, but take a look at this attack coming from Park Jun-ah. From the back row, hits the back far corner though. So far that sailed out. Korea now with the momentum and a 9-8 advantage. Kim Yoon-kung with that service to Rueda. Munoz sets up. Fria's there, but there's gonna be a challenge. A review is necessary. They're gonna need the points here. This could tie the game. As you know, playing here, we have the Dominican Republic. As that ball is in, apart from the Dominican Republic coming from the Norseca Volleyball Conference, you have Italy and the Netherlands from the European Confederation. You have South American Confederation representative Peru here, now tying this game at 9 apiece. Then the 4 from Asia, Japan, Kazakhstan, Korea, and Thailand are here. The top 4 of 5, China already waiting for Rio. Here's the attack that's out of reach. Good pancake right there by Leva. They send that over the battle here through the defenders. It didn't even require so much of a hit by Park Jun-ah. And it hit the edge of Rueda right there. It just was angled beautifully. Bae Yoon-na for service. They'll set up Leva again, and why not? We talked about how Leva had 199 attempts coming into this game, the most of any player, and she has a 37.69% success rate in spikes. Well, this is on the other side of that, where she wasn't successful. That sailed out, giving Korea an 11-9 advantage. But they're not gonna give up on Leva. That time it's good. Take a look at how she did it. Right down the seam and through the middle. 19 spikes, 11 faults. Talking about Angela Leva here, making a great account of herself. They'll go from the left wing. Good job by Leva. Oh no, there's an error there with a double touch. Mishandled by Peru just when they were looking to tie it. This is set number 4. Korea has a 2-set advantage over Peru, who opened it up strong here in this battle. This is match number 18. Every right to celebrate that. Rueda sends a strong message as she hits it down the line through to Kim Hae-ron. That's out. That's out, and that's a point for Peru. They tie this, but they still have a lot to do. Korea has the ability to be able to stop any runs that the Peruvian side is able to do, and an error there from the part of Rueda from the service area. With Kim Yoon-kung manning that front line. Park Jong-ah for service. Palacios there to Munoz. Here's Leyva. This 5-1 set here of this squad from Peru absolutely is thrilling to watch. Munoz loves sending it over where Leyva is. Munoz is the third best setter in this tournament. They're gonna go for a dump over. Didn't work for Kim Yoon-kung, but here is with authority, more power from Frias. But ball returned. And they score off of the block. Again, Kim Yoon-kung getting it, swiping it off the blockers. Yang Yo-jin for service. Korea's looking for point number 15 here. Munoz to Frias, and that block right there penetrating Frias's attacks, going through the blockers. Lee Hyo-hee. Lee Hyo-hee sets up Kim Yoon-kung. Side out right away, Korea. Power alley right there. A quick Uribe scoring that one. She's really trying to draw up whatever is left in her. And you know that she can inspire this squad. We're only gonna have 2 more game days after this. You can just imagine how difficult a schedule it has been for these ladies, although they did have a break yesterday. Still the wear and tear and of course these squads right here are just digging deep. And speaking of digging deep, they're not able to dig through that Bae Yuna hit, sending us to our second technical timeout with Korea on top.
거기엔 결국에는 저 브로킹 수비야. 지금도 빠르단 말이야. 빠르다고. 그리고 자 서브 맞추면 안 돼. 자 해. 하고.
Mais ou menos, não está servindo mais. Ok? Concentra e continuidade, hein? Vamos nós, vai.
Been a back and forth battle here between Peru and Korea in set number 4. Peru won set number 1 earlier, and that was an impressive start for this squad, who was trying to prevent a straight sets defeat so that they can keep a shot at a qualification. Well, that mission put a check on that, but they still need to put Korea away to make sure that they move up in the standings. Right now, Peru is at position number 6 in the standings against Korea, who's in second place. Here's the attack from Korea. Good job by Palacios. Munoz sends it over, and Rueda's right there. They're gonna go to number 13, Palacios. Rueda sends it out. No touch there for the side of Korea. They'll get Kim Yoon-kung in that service area, and the 17th logged by Korea here in set number 4. They'll chase this down. It's alive. Good effort right there by, I believe, Frias. And that ball's on the line. It was just back and forth earlier, but now Korea able to score 2 consecutives, and they're gonna make a quick timeout right here for the side of Peru.
Recibo aí, ok? Vai na corra e vem no cruzamento de direito, tem a corra. É recibo que está na mão, ok? Essa opção aqui, tá vendo, nós? Também é boa. Deixa ela na 2 agora. E o C vem no primeiro tempo, ok? Recibo na mão. Aquelas duas pontas aí pegando a hora, um recibo na quebrada. Recibo tem que estar na mão.
Peru has had 7 Olympic appearances. They had their best finishes in 1968 and 1984 as well. But as of late, they finished 11th in 1996 and 2000. They also finished 11th. It's been a while and they're trying to claw their way back onto that Olympic stage. Their hopes definitely alive, and Rueda keeping that for them with that kind of powerful hit off of the defense there of number 6, Hwang Jun-nu and Bae-yuna. (16) for Peru. And they continue to score right here, needing only to come within 1 to tie it. That absolutely brilliant block by Uribe. Remember, it's in the blocks department that they haven't been doing particularly well on. Let's talk about Korea's timeout first. Korea, before this timeout, had 15 blocks. Peru, before this timeout, including that last play, has 3. Peru definitely overshadowing Korea in the attacks department. They're getting 7 out of Uribe, 6 from Rueda, 12 from Frias, 20 from Angela Leyva. Good job. They're going to have to chase that down. Won't do it. Munoz was targeted for that attack by number 13, Park Jun-ah. Park Jun-ah, the 23-year-old looking to appear in the Olympics for the first time. Great scoring as of late here. Uribe, now her 8th attack point. Oh, Korea will try to outsmart them, and they did it in that last instance by Hwang Yeon-ju. And the way they've been setting up their players here, Lee Hyo-hee just doing a stellar job, absolutely. But you will have Hwang Yeon-ju being replaced right now by Yoon Hye-sun. 11th best setter in this tournament. She averages 1.5 per set. Leyva puts it down like a hammer. Getting that 19th point for Peru. They need to win this set. Peru needs to win and send this to a decisive 5th set. We've only seen a few of those. And that one's on the line, and Korea will score anew, 21-19. Will they be able to pull the rug from under the Peruvians, who are trying to keep it alive and send it to set number 5? Leyva sends it over. Oh, and Korea not able to react well. Good job by Leyva, where we are at 20-21. We've only had one 5-set thriller. those blocks right there, finding their way in between the net and the blockers of Peru with this attack coming from Kim Yoon-kung. Cheska's not being able to control that one, and Korea just 3 away. Just 3 away. Hearts are beating fast. Yang Yo-jin earlier with that service. Munoz to Frias. 23rd in scoring, 28 spikes, 2 blocks and a serve, 31 total. Number 18 in terms of best spiker. She's got 89 attempts, 31.46% in terms of being deadly. The Olympian sends it over. Good job by the team captain, Oribe. Frias this time. Lee Yo-hee earlier. Ball still go. Oh, no! Even though Leva was signaling for that ball to be set up on the left side, they ended up going to Oribe on that right side, but it was well anticipated by Kim Yoon-kung. And now it's 23-21. And a timeout here by Peru, and they're gonna need this. They're gonna need this timeout. Miscommunication on the floor. Will they let this slip away?
Horário, câmbio 22. Eu quero o recibo na mão, dê as opções aí, ok? Tivemos balão para decidir. Aí não podemos dar mais ou menos, que aí tem bloqueio e defesa não cai.
Korea needing 2 more points. Peru down by 2. This is the drama. This is the setup right here in set number 4. We've only had 1 game that went the distance. 3-2, and that was Japan versus Thailand. Will this be another one? Peru needing to put up those points fast on at this juncture. Lee Hyo-hee for that service ace. Oh, wow. She has scored 3 now off of serves. Talking about Lee Hyo-hee. Match point for Korea. Will Peru be able to respond? Lee Hyo-hee for that service. Munoz to Frias. Was there a touch? No, there was none, and that will go for Korea. Another victory for the Asian champions. And Korea will celebrate that 25-21 victory, winning it in sets 2, 3, and 4. And what a thriller that was. But Peru should be absolutely proud of what they were able to muster. It's been tough to play against the world number 9. And Peru right now, 6th in the standings, will have to play absolutely well in their next 2 assignments. Up next for Peru, they will be playing the Netherlands, and that's going to be really hard. For Korea, they will be facing Thailand the first game tomorrow. You know, for Thailand, their hopes are still alive as well for the Olympics. They won against Kazakhstan earlier, 25-18, 25-19, 25-15. They won in the attacks department, 47-28, 7 blocks as opposed to 8, but they won via 6 service points. Now, I say that because I need to set up what excitement should be anticipated for tomorrow's match against Korea. In this particular game, Korea has scored 51 attack points. But first, let's take a look at the story in set number 4, where each team had 1 service ace. 15 attack points for Korea, though Peru did well there in that particular department. Korea really took care of their ball, having only 2 errors as opposed to 7. 2 blocks compared to 1 of Peru, and those digs also did wonders for this Korean side. This squad from Korea has had, I believe, 51 attack points here in this match, and those 51 attack points, 17 belonging to Yoon Kung Kim, 11 from Jung-ah Park, and also Hyo-jin Yang. They are the 3 players that have scored over 10 points, 10 attack points here in this particular game. Over on the other side, Angela Leyva scored 22 attack points of Peru's 56. She did get a boost there from Magilaura Frias, who's got 13 attack points, but it's also the blocking that has done wonders. Let's take a look at those 16 blocks from Korea. 1 from Kim Hee-jin, 2 from Kim Yoon-kung, 3 from Bae Yoon-na, 2 from Park Jong-ah, and 8 from Yang Hyo-jin. That's why Yang Hyo-jin is the #2 best blocker, and I'm sure she can eclipse Chiricella of Italy. She had 12 stuff blocks going into this tournament, but she's definitely done a stellar job with 8 blocks going at the end, rather, of this particular victory over Peru. And what a showing that was for Korea. Their Olympic dreams absolutely alive. Will they continue on their performance here? They've got Thailand up next. I'm Patricia Hizon. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations once again to Korea.